God would just introduce you to the source who is going to solve your problems. He would not download the solution in your life. God always promises you is you can do 50% of what you can do. Rest 50%, God will do what you cannot do. What is the coping strategy in difficult or full of crisis situation to obtain a peace of mind if she is doing everything that is possible? Also, she is worshipping God and praying God constantly to obtain that mental peace that she deserves. Thank you very much for asking this question. First of all, this question is generic. That's the reason I would answer general question which applies to everything that this question contains. First of all, one question that I would like to ask is, what do we think God's responsibility in our life is? God has not promised us that He will do everything in our life. The promise is very myth, that is borrowed belief in our mind that we feel because somebody has told us God will do everything in your life. Just believe God. God has promised us to do what He is supposed to do in our life. God will just produce a rubber plant on earth. It is man's responsibility to apply his mind and convert that rubber plant into automobile tires, because God has not promised us that He will produce or manufacture automobile tires directly. It's man's mind. Why it is given to man? Because he can transform a rubber plant into automobile tires. But if we start waiting for automobile tires to be manufactured or to be delivered from God directly to you, then it becomes frustration, then it becomes very much stressed situation, because we are expecting from God what God has not promised us to deliver. But why do we expect this from God? Because that very myth is told to us since our childhood. First of all, let's be clear. If you feel, you pray to God, you worship God, that's excellent thing. Don't stop worshiping. But be clear, God would just introduce you to the source who is going to solve your problems. He would not download the solution in your life because of which you will be out of the crisis, because of which you will be out of the difficult situation. No, He will just introduce you to the source. I would like to remind you the way you were introduced to program session, the way you were introduced to motherly wisdom session. It was just a thing that I was conducting a session in the club where you were staying in the same club for a day. That time you were in India and you were introduced at 11th hour to our session. You attended that session, you liked it so much, but after that you lost touch. I want to ask you, you have just mentioned that you have done everything possible to come out of the situation full of crisis, to obtain, to maintain that mental peace that you deserve. According to you, what everything include What everything include? Name them. I'm sure the things you have done will be maximum of 20 numbers. That doesn't mean that you have done everything that is possible. Because my team or myself have never received a call for one-to-one appointment, even though you are introduced to the source who is going to solve your problem. I can give you that solution which you seek. But for that, whatever you feel everything is, and whatever required everything include, will be different. Take another step ahead. Get that appointment. Third thing that I would like to ask you is, I know that everything you have done so far and everything you have done till the date is not giving required results to you. But don't you feel that God's responsibility is just to introduce you to the source where you can get solution from, and God had already done that for you? So if I got your question right, and if you got my answer right, it is just that you are a phone call away from the solution. One thing God always promises you is you can do 50% of what you can do. Rest 50%, God will do what you cannot do. And that is what God is leading you to.